Joe Leigh here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by Andy Lee once again here in Morecambe. You've made a home of this over the last few fights for Joe, and obviously for a long time now yourself. How are you?
Fine, Joe. How are you?
Yes, very good. Arrived here in Morecambe, spoke to Joe, and obviously
The sun came out when you arrived.
it actually started raining, and then there's probably a rainbow now because it's done both. But it's a nice place here.
It's an interesting place, the edge of England, northwest, and but it's become a home for heavyweights, and we've had a lot of success here. So it's we're making it a home.
Yeah, and 13 days to go until Joyce Parker. That's a really good fight in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, it's the best fight other than the champions fighting each other now. Two top contenders, the two main men fighting each other, and the winner of this has to fight for the championship next.
It's been a long time coming. Obviously, they were meant to fight before. There's been, I wouldn't say back and forth, but the build-up hasn't been boring. It's been entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. But these things aren't simple. You know, there's a lot of things to be ironed out. It's not just a simple matter of I want to fight you, you want to fight me. Different territories, different rights, and everything has to be covered. Nothing can be grey, and so that's all it's been. But we're quite secure now with the deal that's been done, and just got to fight.
With what you just said, how important is it that there is two fights to this? Obviously, I guess, yeah.
I hope there's only one, and Joe beats him. Parker beats him clearly and decisively, and effectively enough so that there's no demand for a rematch. That nobody wants to see it anymore because we're so one-sided. That's my plan.
What would happen if there is only one fight? It is decisive because, like we say, the heavyweight division, the world titles are tied up.
What would happen is Joe Parker will keep moving forward.
What is forward if the belts are being fought for?
You tell me. I don't know. This is. I don't want to see Joe Joyce twice. If we have to, we have to. But if Joe Parker comes out, knocks him out, beats him up, knocks him out, then I can't even see him wanting to go back in there and do it all again. He's going to want to take some time to improve, I think.
Is that the plan then, to go in there and stop him so that people aren't calling for that rematch?
Yes.
What have you seen in this camp to make you think this is possible?
Parker's hitting with more authority, with more power than he's ever had done. It's our third camp together, and in between all that, we've done lots of training, and Joe's got a greater understanding of his technique and how he has to fight. He's an all-around improved fighter, and he's starting to look like a fully complete fighter. Ring generalship, not just technique, but ring generalship, timing, inside work, outside work, long distance, short distance, and Joseph Parker has the ability to be a heavyweight CANELO, and that's what I'd like to show. Well, for him to show against Joe Joyce.
What do you make of Joe Joyce? Obviously, that constant pressure that he will bring.
Yeah, he's a big man. He's good pressure. And he's a handful. Yeah, he's going to be a handful, and he's. Sorry, Joe Joyce is going to be a hard fight for anyone in the heavyweight division. But Parker has the attributes, the style, to make this a very easy fight. Joyce is quite predictable, one-paced, doesn't have the best reactions, and Joseph Parker can exploit all of those things.
You mentioned a heavyweight CANELO. What attributes that tells you that?
Hand speed of feet, upper body movement, combination punching, and now power and feints. Feints are very important.
Okay, I want to move on to Tyson. Obviously, last week, I can't remember the timeline now, but the AJ fight seemed to be possible. It started off with the Tyson Fury call out on Twitter, which is one of many this year. How likely is that fight? Obviously, been in and around him here in Morecambe.
The fight's happening. I don't know. I know as much as you know, Joe. And it's not for me to digress anyway or divulge. So it's a fight I'd like to see, and it's an instant way back to the top for Anthony Joshua. Tyson's always wanted to fight, and hopefully they can make it happen if they both want it. Like, and I don't think AJ needs to jump back into it, but I'd respect him a lot if he did. So we'll see.
Do you think they both want it if AJ only wants to fight December 17th and Fury only wants to fight late November, early December? Do you feel like that's their way out if they don't really want the fight? Because it's only a couple of weeks, isn't it? Surely they could move their fight camp 2 weeks earlier or 1 week later if they really wanted the fight.
Yeah, no one. I don't think that's really a stumbling block. I just think it's maybe negotiation tactic. Or we'll concede this, so you give us this type of thing. But it's not really a big deal. The date, I think, sometime in December would be good.
Knowing Tyson as a person, then, do you feel like this fight can be made? I suppose Tyson wants it. That's been clear. Do you genuinely feel like this is going to happen, though?
I think it could happen. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Could or will?
Might, if both parties want it. I don't know. Like, there's reasons for Anthony Joshua to take the fight, and there's reasons for him not to take the fight, and I could see all sides of it, and I wouldn't blame him if he didn't. And as I said, I'd tip my hat to him if he did. So it's the ball's in his court. He's got fair terms from Tyson. It's just up to him what he wants to do.
Why do you think it would be a good thing for him to do it? Because obviously, coming off the back-to-back losses, it would be easy for him to not take this fight. But why would you then say it could be a good thing?
Because it would show that he's a fighting man. How hard it's going to be for him to get another world title shot if he doesn't fight Tyson now. He'd have to go through 3 or 4 top contenders, and all of these guys in the top 10 are tough men, and it's not guaranteed that he beat them. So then he doesn't get another world title shot. And what's the end goal? Win a world title. He's done that, but make money, and he's done that as well. So the Tyson fight in an instant gives him both of those things. Chance to fight for the world title, become world champion, and make a lot of money, and bounce back from a loss, redeem himself. That's all the reasons to do it.
Just one more on the gym here. With the likes of Joe, yourself, Tyson, everyone down here, what's the vibe like on a day-to-day basis? It seems quite entertaining.
Oh, it's good. There's fun, but when we come for the door, it's all business, all work. We got Paddy Donovan, Isaac Lowe, John Parker, all working hard. We've had some great sparring partners here. But Joseph Parker is the focus, and even Tyson knows that. When Tyson's in the gym, he gives Joe preference and priority over the ring. And Tyson's a great asset to us in every sense, in terms of his knowledge and his willingness to share that. And we're very generous and very grateful to him because we're in his gym, we're in his house. We've got his cook, we've got his masseuse, we've got his strength conditioner. We're blessed to be able to use these top class facilities, all just because we know Tyson Fury. Yeah.
Last one for you then. Just on the obviously past weekend, the Queen passed away, and then the fight Shields Marshall was postponed. There was a lot of different opinions on whether the fight should have been on and off. It was obviously called off. What did you make of it being called off?
It's what they wanted to do, isn't it? I don't know. It's tough for them because a lot of money, a lot of time put into it. It would have been a nice lesson that it's kind of, I don't know, kind of could have been symbolic to have one of the biggest female all cards, yeah, and then to honour the Queen, obviously. But sports that did go ahead all respected it, and it wasn't. I don't know. People made the decisions. It was maybe a bit knee jerk, a bit too soon, but that's the way it went, isn't it? It's a big thing. The Queen dying in the country where she's ruled for I don't know how many years, but yeah.
Okay, well, Joe Parker, Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is the focus, as you mentioned. Not long to go now. Best of luck to the team.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you very much.